All right. This is a hot story that nobody's really talking about. Everybody wonders, what is a bank run? And the reason nobody really talks about it is because bank runs are actually scary. But fortunately, this bank run is not happening here in the United States. It's happening in Ghana. And this is one from Zero Hedge. Horror in Ghana as a third of banks shutter, sparking an unprecedented bank run. It's bad enough that drought-like conditions and rapid population growth have stoked a shortage of water and other vital resources in Ghana, a country that boasts one of the fastest-growing economies on earth, if it is still poor. But a banking crisis is just now roiling the country's economy and has wiped out $1.6 billion. One couple, two of the some 70,000 investors who were impacted by the shorting of some 23 savings and loan companies, about one-third of banks in the country, and a run on the country's asset managers, described to Bloomberg how they deposited money in a short-term investment product intended to help save money for the wife to finish her economic PhD, only to discover that they may never get the money. The couple are among at least 70,000 investors who have become collateral damage in the cleanup of the Ghana's banking industry, the crackdown which reduced the number of lenders by a third, while also triggering a bank run on fund managers who couldn't sell their holdings fast enough to meet demand. That's tying up as much as 9 billion CDs, $1.6 billion of investments and more than a third of the 25 billion CDs in assets that private fund managers oversee for retail and institutional investors. My wife was very disturbed, the 36-year-old said by phone from Kumasi in Ghana's Ashanti region. They're not getting answers and are now worried they'll never get back the 12,000 CDs they expected from their investment. If I knew this would happen, I wouldn't have gone there. The run left investment companies holding too many illiquid assets, unlisted bonds, private debt placements, and now security regulators in Ghana trying to figure out who broke what security laws and to what degree. Even the SEC has gotten involved. But many Ghanaians are cynical. They're in for a long wait. The nation's market regulator is looking to whether 21 fund managers violated rules by placing their clients' money into illiquid assets. The Securities and Exchange Commission has stepped up the pressure, blocking these money managers from accepting new investments for fear they may use the funds to pay out existing investors. The harm has already been done, Lord Mensah, a senior finance lecturer at the University of Ghana, said by phone. Assets need to be protected. The SEC hasn't yet released the list of fund managers who are under investigation, but it is believed to be nearly 24 will be named. As many as 5 billion CDs is tied up in unlisted bonds, private debt equity stakes, and other deals with small and medium-sized businesses, according to the SEC. Another 4 billion CDs is stuck in fixed-term investments with banks rescued during cleanups, savings and loan companies, and microlenders. An 11 billion CD bailout for lenders that were closed down, and another package of about 925 million CDs for microcredit companies whose licenses were revoked is helping to release some of the funds locked up in those segments. The number of fund managers dropped to 140 in 2018 from 155 a year earlier as some voluntarily shut down and the licenses of others were revoked, according to the SEC. The fallout for thousands of Ghanaians will be financial crisis level bad. It's cutting across all the finance houses, and when it happens like that, the government needs to step in and build confidence again, Mensah said. There's nothing we can do apart from making sure that we create that necessary environment to regain investors' confidence again. That'll be the day. That's of little comfort to the Bowens, who were going to use the money to cover the costs of field data collection for Bless's thesis with the University of Ghana after being promised a return of 26% a year on the investment. Isaac, an accountant, had to borrow money against his provident fund. While he got the loan at a reduced rate of 10% a year, Bowen didn't want to go the route of raising debt. He said, "It's costing me more now." He says, "Too bad more Ghanaians didn't allocate more of their assets to Bitcoin." That is true. Folks, this is what a bank run looks like. This is the kind of stuff that happens. And the pictures that you see outside the banks that wrap around the corner is what used to happen in 1909 before the Federal Reserve Act. In fact, it happened again in 1933 before they passed the Glass-Steagall Act. So when people say a run on the banks is not that bad, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. And then run on a bank like this actually causes other banks problems because now everybody wants to run in and get what little money they can before another bank shutters and closes. That's one thing you don't want to be, is the last man standing when banks decide to close down. In fact, let me go to my bank and get some money out, start withdrawing some money. But yeah, this is scary, and this is relatively small, but there's, China closed down 3 banks. There's a bank run on a bank in Hong Kong. So, like I was telling a sub of mine, Agent Smith is spreading throughout the matrix. So hopefully not coming to a town near you. But anyway, I thought I would get this one out. This is something to keep an eye on. And as always, sit next to the exit door and keep your parachute on. But with that, I'm going to bounce off here. This is BGS out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.